Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you've never been here before. Today is my release day for my debut novel, Soul Jumper, and I can't believe it. I can't believe it is out in the world. It's crazy to me. This book has taken so many twists and turns to get to where it's at, and I'm really proud of it because when I started Soul Jumper, I started with the intention of traditionally publishing. I'm now self-published. I went through 9 solid months of editing with an amazing editor, and it's crazy. It really is to think about where this book started and then being in the moment that I'm in right now. It's just really fun and exciting, and I can't wait to see what happens and where it goes and what people think about it. And it's overwhelming. I wanted to hop on here because I had a few people ask me some questions on Instagram, and so I thought it would be fun to do a little video on release day to answer some of those questions. Grab my list of them. So the first question that I got asked was, what was your biggest lesson learned from writing and self-publishing your first novel? So I'd say that the biggest thing that I learned was to trust myself, because when you go through this process, you get feedback from a lot of people, and it's okay to not take all of the feedback. You have a vision for your book and the way you want to see it done, and especially when you self-publish, you can stick very true to that vision. When you traditionally publish, obviously that is a little different, but with self-publishing, you don't have to give up any of the things that you want to keep or change any of the scenes that you don't want to change. And I'm not by any means encouraging you to not take feedback or not listen to people that are trying to help you and make your writing better. Soul Jumper looks completely different than when I started because of really good feedback and because of edits and supportive people and improving it. But when there were things said that I didn't agree with, sometimes I would change them anyways because I felt like I had to, because I'm so new to this. And just know that you don't have to. Now that I'm at the end and the book's released, I feel a lot more confident in myself and in my writing and in this book, and I love this book. And so just know that if this is you and you're doing this, that yes, take the criticism and take the feedback, and if it's something that you know is going to make your writing better, do it. That's the goal, is to have the best book possible. But if there's something you don't agree with or just doesn't sit right with you, or you don't think it's really the message you were going for, don't do it. At the end of the day, you have the power. This book is yours. And so that's my biggest lesson, is trust yourself. I learned to trust myself. The second question I got asked was, how long was the process from the first draft to today, to release day? And so that's a hard question because I've had this idea for a long time. So if we go back like day one of Soul Jumper, I mean, we're looking at years and years. I've had this idea forever. But when I started taking this seriously, sat down, took it serious, actually wrote a first draft, I would say it was 2 years from first draft to today. If some of you follow my blog, Battling the Chaos, that started about 2 years ago. And that's when I said I'm taking writing seriously. I'm doing this for real. And that's when I finished Soul Jumper. And then, like I said, I had extensive edits that I went through and beta reader process, and then months of querying because I did go that route first. And so I'd say 2 years. The goal for the next one is for it to take a lot less time. I I learned a lot with this first book, and I don't think it'll be another 2 years before my next one comes out. In fact, I'm hoping tentatively the next one is set to come out in February, and so fingers crossed that we've reached that mark. So the third question that I asked, and I'm so glad somebody asked this question because I thought about doing an entire video on this question, was writing as a female in a male perspective. And so the question was, how hard was it to write your main character being that he's a male? So sometimes it was really hard. Because obviously I don't think like a male would think, if that makes sense. There's lots of times where females and males see things completely differently. And so I found ways to bring out the female main character, and that's by Kaitis reading her thoughts, because I wanted to have that aspect as well. But there were definitely times in this book where I would message people, my friends that are males, or ask my husband and be like, hey, if this was the situation, how would you respond? What would you react like? Or what would you do? What would you say? So I got a lot of different male perspectives to help me in writing this book. And it's hard to explain because a lot of authors that I know, there are exceptions for sure, write the same sex that they are, I guess. And so for me, I just, when the story came out, Kaitis was the one that had to tell it. And in my other books, they are predominantly male perspective books, or dual, where you get to see both of the main characters, female and male. And so it's fun for me to think about those things and to be able to ask those questions of, hey, as a male, how would you react to this? And then be able to kind of write that scene using pieces of what people tell me and also pieces of kind of my own self and how I think the situation would go. So that was really fun. Okay, another question that I got, and I don't know if I'll do all of these in one video. I might split it up into a couple of videos. But this question was, is this the last time that we will see Kaitis and Celexa? So, no, it's not the last time, but it'll be the last time for a while. I have books in between that I want to get done and that I want to get published. But I do have a sequel to Soul Jumper started called Souls Collide. And originally, something that a lot of people don't know is Soul Jumper used to end on a cliffhanger. And I'm not going to say what that cliffhanger is because it'll ruin pieces of this book if you haven't read it. But it was going to end on a cliffhanger. And a lot of people, including my editor, were like, you can't do this to people. Not your first book. You can't leave them hanging like that, because what if there is no second book? What if you don't write it? What if, whatever, all of these things, that are valid points. And so I changed the ending. And I did that, but I still left a lot of things open, I guess, if that makes sense. And so, yes, there is a sequel set. Yes, I do plan to publish it. And hopefully it answers a lot of the questions that people have. I've had multiple ARC readers message me and be like, I need answers for this. And so, yes, those things are annoying. And when I'm a reader, I also find those things annoying. But I did some of that on purpose so that the sequel would have room to grow and that we could kind of tackle some of those things in the sequel. So keep your eyes open for that. I'll keep you guys updated on when that's going to start happening. Okay, the last question I'm going to answer in this video, and then I'll take whatever other ones I get with the ones I have left, and we'll make another video for release week, is who's my favorite character. That is funny because I think people expect it to be Kaetus or Celexa because they are the main characters. But honestly, I love them. I don't want to be coming across as I don't love my main characters, because I do. But I really love Martin in this book, and Martin is Celexa's butler and is like a father figure to her. And I love him because he loves her unconditionally and has made such a big impact in her life. And I feel like, especially for young people, there's always those people in our lives that really stand out, that really make a big impact, and sometimes that's just by being there for us. And I love being able to write a character like that, to write a character that really, really mattered to my main character. And so he was very fun to write, and I liked having little pieces of his and Celexa's dynamic and relationship. So that's what we're going to cover today as far as questions go. Like I said, I will answer some more questions and get those posted. I will be answering questions in a few minutes with author Sarah Sutton on YouTube, so check that out as well. Thank you all for all of the support. This has been an amazing day. It is still it's a great day still. And so I'm super excited to see where we end up with Soul Jumper. If you read the book, please leave an Amazon review. That means everything, and it really does help self-published authors. Also, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Subscribing to my channel right now gets you entered into a giveaway, as long as you are also following Sassy and Safe on social media. She's on Facebook and Instagram. I can link those down below. So thank you all so much, and have an amazing Tuesday. Remember to stay positive. Remember to believe in yourself. Love yourself. Can't say it enough. Bye.